Let's speak to Paul first up. Paul, you're a new caller. Very welcome. Welcome to the show. You're in
Hi,
Derby. What,
Ben.
what made you call in tonight, sir?
Well, I listen to LBC a lot, Ben, and I love your show. Thanks for having me on. And I'm just getting so annoyed and frustrated at our government. I mean, I'm an NHS nurse. I've been working in the NHS for over 20 years now. I've been a professional in the NHS, and it's just I struggle month to month. I'm overdrawn. I'm using credit cards to live on every month, and I just can't see the wood for the trees. I can't see when this is all going to end and when my situation is going to get a bit better. Months and months I've been waiting for my pay rise because it's still not been agreed. And yeah, MPs, I see them, they get their pay rise, they get it awarded straight away, and I'm still waiting months down the line for my pay rise. And it's just becoming really, my situation's untenable. It's becoming really, really hard to live from month to month. And I earn a decent wage. I'm not going to moan about that, but I've got nothing at the end of the month. I mean, I'm overdrawn now by about £2,000, and I'm living on credit cards month to month, and it's getting really difficult. And I think they're so far removed from my situation, they don't understand what people are going through because it doesn't affect them. They're super high earners, some of them, and they're not worried about the lights being able to be switched on in the winter time or paying their bills. When the gas bill arrives through the door and stuff. It's just. It's really concerning. It upsets me a lot, and I mean, I'm not in a fortunate position, but I'm still struggling month to month. But I do worry for those people that are a lot less fortunate than I am. How are they going to survive in the coming months? Winter's not too far away. We're approaching September, and it worries me. And I feel for everybody else, but I don't think the government are doing enough. And I'm not very political. I don't like to get on my soapbox too often, but it's just I wish they'd listen to what we're going through, talk to us and find out what the real problems are. I mean, why aren't the super high earners in the country being taxed more? Why is my threshold for paying tax not being raised? Why am I having to wait months to get my pay rise? It's all these things that just compound my ability to survive from one month to the next.
Paul, you talk about pay there. Is that the big thing for you? You might well say, forget all the direct support, forget the tax cut, just pay me what I deserve. Is that where you're at on this? Is it a pay rise that would help you most, do you think? Or would you need support too?
I mean, more money would help me. I don't qualify for universal credit. I get no benefit. So, of course, more pay would help me. As inflation's going up.
Yeah.
A local shop at Aldi's costing more than it would normally shop. I obviously shop at other supermarkets and other supermarkets are available. But, it's more money would help me, yes, because as I say, I'm overdrawn every month. I have to pay charges on that. I'm living on my credit card to pay for shopping, just shopping. And I'm not even extravagant. I don't smoke, don't drink particularly. And it's just, I'm just, it's just shopping. And it's so expensive to live.
And Paul, you're getting, is it from memory, it's something like a 5% pay rise nurses are getting. Is that right?
Yeah,
and yet we hear that the cost of living is going to hit 13% in October.
Exactly. And don't get me on the soapbox about pay. We've been underpaid for years and years and years, let's be honest. But, I deserve a better wage. I work really hard for my money, and it's frustrating that it's taking months and months and months for me to see that in my pay packet. I don't know why there is such a delay. MPs, they say they awarded themselves that pay rise for what their pay review body said, and they got it very quickly straight after that was awarded.
When are you going to get it? Have you been told when you're going to get that pay rise?
I think it's September,
right.
And then when we get our back pay, I've got no idea when that'll appear. So
bills are going up in October, so you'd hope they'd speed it up and get it to people as they need it. Well, Paul, you need it now. You're £2,000 overdrawn at the end of the month.
Exactly. I know it's ridiculous,
it's a disgrace.
isn't it? And I've worked really hard to get where I am, and I appreciate my job, and I love my job very much so. But it's just. I think, wow, I've worked so hard, over the past 20-odd years to get to where I am, and I struggle. And I'm 46. I don't want to be in this position. I shouldn't be struggling at my time of life, really. I should be, I should be enjoying myself, let's be honest. But it's just...
Does it make you ever want to chuck it in, or do you love your job so much that
I love it that much that I probably wouldn't chuck it in, and what else would I do? What else would I do? I've been a specialist nurse for 10 years, been in the NHS for 20 years. What else would I do?
Well, really, the point is, why as a country are we in a point where nurses who have been working hard for 20 years like you, Paul, are getting to the end of the month and have no money and are having to go overdrawn because, presuming you're not living a life of luxury, you're trying to pay your bills and put food on the table.
That's it. I'm going on holiday next week, and this is my first holiday in probably about 10
quite right
years,
you are. You just worked through a pandemic.
Yeah, and I just worry, and as I say, I'm not worried. I'm worried about our energy bills coming the winter time and stuff. And me and my girlfriend, we're constantly, well, we're not going to turn the heating on till like November or December time because we know how much the bills are going to be. But why are energy companies allowed to charge us so much? Why is the government not intervening and saying, cap it? You can't charge more than this. We know the price of oil has come right down. They're not passing that on to the consumers. I mean, I drive an electric car. I'm doing my bit for the environment and things like that, and yet to charge that car, it's costing me more and more and more.
And yet, Paul, we learned in the last week or so that some of those companies are raking in 13 billion quid in profits, absolutely huge profits on the backs of, well, people like Paul and everybody else. Paul, lovely to speak to you. You take care of yourself. Hope we'll speak again soon.